welcome back to another episode of Loquacious. They call me Nelly.
And it's your girl, Moody.
And it's Smooth.
And we have a special guest with us today. She is spiritually realistic. She's a Norther. And she's very opinionated. Let's welcome Miss Ozzy.
Hey, everybody.
Welcome.
What's up, Ozzy? How you feeling? Thank you for joining us.
Hey, it's my pleasure. I love the show.
Well, we're glad to have you. Welcome. We're going to jump into girl chat today. Girl chat is it okay for your child? Child meaning under 18. Okay? Not a child that you have that's 29. Is it okay for your child that's under the age of 18 to cross-dress? Miss Smooth. What's up? What's up, child?
It's going to be a no for me. Absolutely not. I am by no way, shape, or form against the LGBT community. I support it all. But for my child to cross-dress underage when you can't make your decisions on your own, absolutely not.
Moody?
Nope. Absolutely not. It is not okay for my child to cross-dress. No way, shape, or form. I'm not with it. Not at all.
I don't know. I don't have a problem with it. That's my own opinion. Ozzy?
Define cross-dressing. Is it like, okay, she wearing some boy jeans, or like your son is 5 and wearing all makeup, lashes, your dress, and your 6-inch heels, this in that
front.
Part.
Like, that's a difference. Like, there's a difference. You got to define it, because a lot of the clothes out here is unisex. But if your baby out here, Jesus, that's what you're going to be like, what? Well, that's what your daddy that's exactly what we mean. We mean a little boy 5 in a dress. No, I don't have time for that. Who bought you that dress? Is that just a dress? So that's what it is for me. If you're still buying your child clothes, then you are able to say no. But you got to know that when they hit that 18-year mark, because if your kid is gay, because your kid going to be gay. So they're going to have on dresses eventually. You don't have to buy them, and you don't have to encourage it, but you should know that, Exactly. I feel like this with anything. Anybody under 18, if they can't do it legally on their own, then I don't have to support it. I don't have to buy you cigarettes. You shouldn't be smoking because I don't buy them because I'm not supporting your habits. Shouldn't be drinking. You shouldn't be going out there going to Steve Madden's, and don't ask me for no damn Balenciagas and you can't afford them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Agree. So, absolutely.
Do what you want to do, 18 and up. Not just 18 and up. This is a lie.
When you got your own money.
You about to say my part.
Thank you. Because these 18-year-olds be feeling, I didn't heard a couple 18-year-olds tell some parents in the streets, where's my $1,400? I said, where's your bills that you pay? Oh, they want their stimmy? What stimmy? Your stimulus is that you alive because you tried it.
They want to buy some.
And let me tell you something else about that stimulus. If they felt it was for you, they would have gave it to you in your name. So watch out. Exactly. Why it's not in your name? You know why? Because you're gonna stimulate Xbox. You're gonna buy one pair of Jordans. These little kids, I'm gonna buy a Gucci belt. Anyway, we off the topic, but I'm just saying it's crazy. Yeah, well, so it's a no for you, Mood, a no for you, Smooth, and a no for you, Oz, and a listen for me. It's really a listen for me. It's a no for me if you're under 18. That's it. Because I'm not supporting no habits. I don't care if it's cross-dressing, drugs, alcohol, Xbox. I'm not supporting no habits. Well, that's not a habit being gay. That's a habit with these kids. Girl.
Some people not gay, being that they cross-dress. Because remember Dennis Rodman used to cross-dress and he was straight.
He said.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
But he had a whole everything.
Moody, you gonna roll over next to your husband and he dressed like Dennis Rodman? You'll be like, allegedly, he's still straight?
No. Okay. Not mine. I said it's a no for me.
Okay.
It's a no for me.
So getting into today's topic, speaking of husbands, how do you obtain a husband? Do you date someone for 6 months and then say, excuse me, sir?
If you like it,
so our topic today is, should there be a time limit on relationships? And I want to start with Miss Moody. Because I would love to hear what she's thinking.
Relationships, I think there shouldn't be a time limit, but engagements, I believe it should be a time limit. If I'm in a relationship, I'm doing what we're doing. Everybody's household is different. What works for you might not work for me. You know what I mean? If we good with just living together or living in separate places, because we in a relationship, we don't mean we live together. So, that's fine. But if, like, for instance, you having babies, buying houses and cars and dogs and all these things, and you ain't got no ring on my finger or nothing. So when you leave, I have nothing but them babies and them bills. Nah, yeah, it's a problem for me. So if you like engaged, I think there's a limit. I give you 3 years on an engagement. If that, that's pushing it for me. But to each his own. I ain't knocking it, but for me, 2-3 years engagement, that's it. We ain't getting married, I'm gonna move on.
Move?
Luckily, I ain't have to.
Time limits. So growing up, I didn't think there needed to be a time limit. I was cool with playing whatever position we was going to play for however long we was going to do it. But getting older, I'm not trying to date you for 6 years because I'm looking to be married eventually. When
y'all heard that, right, fellas?
When she's no longer the single one. I'm looking to be married, but we're not going to play house for 5 years before you decide if we're going to walk down the aisle.
Let me be the flower girl.
That's you all day. And then when you decide you're ready to walk down the aisle, we ain't waiting no 2 or 3 years, sir. You got a year. That's it. And if you don't know by then, I'm out. Okay?
I think that there should be a time limit. Everything that you said, Smooth, I kind of like want to reiterate it, but I'm going to put it in my own terms. If we are dating and we are in a healthy, successful relationship, I don't want to be your girlfriend for more than 5 years. I'm gonna put a 5-year spin on it. I don't want to be your girlfriend for more than 5 years. You should know within a year of dating me. I feel if I'm someone you want to build with as girlfriend and boyfriend, you may not be ready to pop the question, but you should already have in your head that I'm actually wifey material. Or wife, not wifey, wife material. So if you don't feel that way within the year, then you should really not waste my time, and I shouldn't waste your time, because I feel the same way about not just for us, but for my man. If I don't think that you're husband material, then I'm not even going to entertain this past go, because why? It's just going to waste my time and the person that I'm dating or seeing, and especially because I'm older now, so it's not the same as when I was 20 and just dating whoever I wanted to date. Now, as an adult with a child that's a teenager and a life that may not be as long and prosperous as I hope it to be, I want to be with somebody, and I want to be in a committed, under oath and under law and under God marriage.
Yes, girl.
Ozzy?
So I'm going to give it to you from both perspectives. Like, okay, I'm single, but my parents have been married for 40 years. So I had to ask my father, because, you date around and stuff. I said, what made you marry my mother? He says, first of all, every man knows what he wants in the first 3 months. He can see who you are as a woman in the first 3 months. He might not ask you to marry him in the first 3 months, but he knows who you are. He knows if he's going to play with you. He knows if he's going to stay with you. He knows the expiration to your relationship. So it's just how long he going to let it expire, okay? But with that being said, it's always an expiration to everything. You say you want to be with somebody for a lifetime. When they die, it's an expiration. So why is it? Why is it that we don't require? Listen, dude, this is who I am. I am not somebody's girlfriend. So I am a wife. I have these qualities. If you want this, then this is what you have to meet. I'm not saying you got to marry me day 3 of meeting, and I don't know anything about you. But sir, it don't take 3 years of dating me to know I'm your wife, and it don't take 20 years of engagement to know that we're supposed to get married. Like, this is crazy. This is crazy.
I agree with you though. I definitely agree with Ozzy.
I have a few things I'll read to you guys. Hold on. So it says here in my statistical dictionary that these days couples are getting married later in life than their parents did. In 1970, the average man was 23.2 at the time of his first marriage, 23 years old, while the average woman was 20, according to data from the U.S. Census Bureau. So today, the average ages are 29 and 28 respectively, an increase of almost a decade in the past 50 years. It's clear that people are getting married older, but did you know that it's also more common than ever for couples to date and live together for years before tying the knot? Did y'all know that?
House.
Yeah. But because you know why? The world makes it hard to live together. They pushing the fathers out the house. You can't do nothing. You can't get no help if it's 2 working families. So people rather not deal with the government and deal with under the common law kind of marriage, because sometimes certain people's situations don't permit them to, it don't benefit them to
be 100% truthful else. About that? I really believe it's not even about the world per se. Most people, whether it's the male or the female, is settling because you're not being truthful about what you want and need in a relationship. Somebody wants the marriage, the other person doesn't, so they settle. If they feel like the relationship is happy, they're gonna settle and whatever they got until they think it's gonna come. You're not telling this mate like, okay, we've been together for 6 years. You playing house, but I really thought 5 years ago you was gonna put that ring on my finger, and 4 years ago we was gonna walk down that aisle. Now we got 3 kids, and I have a different last name from my kids. And it's
these are your kids, sir. These ain't my kids. Those your kids. They got your last name.
Yep. But it's because
but what about women proposing to men? Honest. What about women proposing to men? I'm not doing it. Smooth?
Nah.
My name ain't Chrissy. I'm not doing that.
You want me to propose to somebody?
No, I'm asking what do you think about it?
Not happening.
What you think about it?
Last time I checked, Kelly said he proposed to me, right?
He proposed with
what y'all said the other ring. The Bible says
he who finds that.
When a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing. Ain't nothing in that Bible
said just good.
When a wife finds a husband.
So another stat say, while responses are clearly varied, data supports that an average length of a relationship before marriage is between 2 and 5 years. Just because couples are delaying marriage doesn't mean that they aren't creating lives together. It's more common than ever for couples to live together before getting married, and it's more socially acceptable too. So that goes to what you said, Moody. And I think you too, Ozzy. Like, socially is accepted. Like, oh, I live with my boyfriend. We've been living together for this amount of time. I want to be married. So I will let my partner know that before we even prosper into anything, because I want us to both be on the same page. I don't want you to think that I just want a boyfriend forever, because I don't. And I feel like my person that I'm pursuing, if he doesn't want what I want, I'd rather know now than 20 years later, because I'm still your girl.
Right.
And just because people say, oh, I seen your wife, I'm not your wife, bro.
Right. And it becomes dreadful. Like, you know, with me, definitely, like, I was a young married couple or whatever, person or whatever. And, you know, you decide to, I never dreamt, I was never the girl to dream of, oh, I want a husband. And this, that, and the third. I never was that. But when I started to find someone that I love and I wanted to build a family with, yeah, I felt like, yeah, look, partner, this is one of these things that I want. And it's up to you. And it's so crazy because even before like dating my husband, I seen him and he was like, you gonna be my wife. And I looked at him like, yeah, whatever. But it actually, years later, actually happened. And, that was one of those things that I felt like God was like, when a husband finds a wife, and just like what Ozzy said, when you see that person, you want to be with that person forever. And
not necessarily, but yeah.
I mean, not in that case, but in my case, that happened for me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, to each his own. To each his own.
Yeah, because in my marriage, because I was married, I had informed the person that I was dating that I wanted to be married, and so he made that happen. So I could only assume that he wanted what I wanted at that moment. And although we're no longer together, he still was able to say, you know what, she let me know and made it clear that she wanted to be a wife. So I'm going to do that, make her my wife. And that happened.
Right.
Well, I believe that you could speak things into existence.
No, because who would have ever thought a few years later that would actually happen with me? So you do speak that into existence.
So we not proposing to nobody 2021.
Nah. Nope. I ain't doing it. No. He got.
What about for kids? Is it a time limit on having kids?
Yeah.
Yeah. When your body say no, that's when
your eggs just dried up. It's over.
Not your biological time clock, but in general, when you're in a relationship, should you put a time frame on having children?
It has to be. I think it has to be a cohesive decision, because let's just be real. You don't want no newborn at the age of 50. You supposed to be having kids go to college by 58. Ain't nobody got time for that.
If my husband come home talking about he want another baby, I'm gonna look at him like he crazy. I don't want no more kids.
You probably gonna give it to him because you smiling
No, I ain't. No, I'm not. Absolutely not.
Probably gonna give him.
I did my bid. I'm out. I'm done.
That's what all you married women say.
I'm over. But I gave him multiple babies. Now, if you have a husband or a wife and they refuse to give you a baby that you want, I feel like that's a problem.
But that's a problem you knew about before the marriage. I'm gonna keep it real.
Some people don't, because some people don't communicate. Some people do not communicate.
It's a no for me with the kids. You could take your childbearing imagination and dip, because I'm good.
I'm with you. I'm
good. I don't have no desire whatsoever to have any more children. So anybody that I'm with, they gonna know that from the gate. Oh, how you doing? Hi, how you doing? And I don't want no more kids. My name is Chanel.
He said, wait, this was just the meetup.
Yeah, I don't want no more kids. Yeah. How you doing? Because I'm letting you know and that's why, like, if you don't have children already, then you might as well not even walk in my direction, because I am not having no more kids. And I'm telling
unless they never wanted kids.
Huh?
Unless they never wanted kids, then it's good.
And in that case, may the forces be with us. But in other cases, the answer is not, and I'm good. And son, and you can be free, so you can have you can be fruitful and multiply, just not with me.
All the baby mamas, all the whatever you like.
Yes, all the drama. Yeah, nope. I'm good.
So I'm on the flip side.
Cause you 80, so you want to have kids?
I want one more.
Don't do that. I'm 82.
I want one more.
I'm 82. Stop.
Okay, golden girl.
But I have a time limit. I have a time limit for myself. As strange as it may seem, my youngest is 16. So if I'm not in a healthy, committed relationship with somebody and we're able to produce another child by the time my youngest is 18, then I don't want any more. And if
I gave myself a 2-year limit too.
And you want
God, she looking for a husband and she wants y'all to get her pregnant.
Yes.
Yeah, I got a 2-year limit too.
Act
smooth, yeah.
Yeah, I think I
said,
a good time.
I said I didn't want no kids in my 30s, and I had my last kid at 29, and I'm good with that.
I'm so all the way good with that. My mom.
But I'm the only one here without any, so I do want one. But if it don't happen in the next 2 years, then you know what?
God gonna give it to you in a 4.
The devil is a whole liar, and I refuse you, young lady. Okay, I don't want no 4, no 2, no 1.
Y'all.
You gonna be fruit filled and multiplied.
Multiplied. You saying, well, I see twins in your future? Let me see twins.
They gonna be doing a sonogram like, oh, I see 1. Oh no, I see 5.
Oh, that's baby A, B, C.
Guess what? Who's the mommy? Because I don't know that baby. I'm not the mommy. Y'all might take the forest. I'm doing that.
Yeah, sis.
I was divorcing him because you ain't tell me. I would divorce him because you ain't tell me that you had multiples in your family. I ain't got time for that.
Smooth, what you was gonna say about your mom?
Well, I was gonna say my mom had her last kid at 37.
Dragged it.
And no, it wasn't a kid, it was twins.
Oh, okay.
I have 2 sisters that had their last kids 34-ish and 36-ish. So there's still hope.
What you mean there's still hope? Don't keep hope alive.
Twins, baby.
The day that 40 come and ain't nothing come out of this cookie jar locked. It's dead. This is from
but I have a cousin that had a baby at 50. She had twins too. I guess the older you get, the more your eggs separate.
Exactly, that's a problem. Multiple eggs dropping. I don't got time for that.
I'm gonna be like, what am I supposed to do with this? What am I supposed to do?
Drop it off at the grandparents' house and run.
What am I supposed to do with this? Yeah, I can't. I'm good. I got my 3. I'm good. We good. God blessed me with 3 babies, and that's all. That's all she wrote. Hopefully, I don't know the future.
So there's a time limit on kids. There's a time limit on the inclination of your relationship. But who necessarily says that like being married will make it better? What are the perks?
That's Moody? What I said. That's exactly why I said.
Half of everything you own.
Nah.
Well, in New York,
what if you don't own nothing?
No, we're gonna find something for you to own. I don't give a fuck if I take the TVs. I want them because we married.
What's the perks,
give
Moody?
Me something.
No, it's a perk.
Name. Tell me the perks.
No, you get the same last name that everybody in the household. You definitely be able to feel secure in what y'all doing, whether it's business, whether it's home, whether it's your children. I figure you get married, you're building a life for your future kids, your future, yourself, and we all win. You win, I win. I win, you win. When you're not married, right? Your man win $1 million. He can dip, and you ain't never going to see that. You're never going to see that, right?
You could be married and he can do the same thing.
You can do that. You could do that, of course. Nothing is like set in stone, you know what I mean? But at the same token, like you built a bond with somebody. So
not when you won that 40K. Not when you won that 40 million. That bond is broken.
It's financially. It's emotionally, physically, that security that you get when you are joined spiritually with a person.
I think that's what it more is about. I think it's spiritual. It's for me.
Spiritually. Like I want God to look at me and my family and say, you know what? Well done. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. Well done. And that's all I look for. You know what I mean?
Because if your husband win $40 million, he's going to be my husband too.
All sister wives?
Yes.
The score was 10,
Lord
10, 10.
Yep. Let me get
to that bank account is done, and she be like, I don't know, y'all.
Yeah, I'm going back to my old man.
No,
I think I think marriage is important spiritually because it's basically a contract. Let me tell you something. I've seen successful marriages. I've seen failed marriages. I've also seen successful relationships without marriage. However, that spiritual contract is not there. And so, like, what God would bless you with more if you had that contract. You're not going to get it now. That's what I'm saying. But you can still have that same bond and not be married. You can still have those same businesses and not be married. But there's a certain level of blessings that you deserve, that you've earned because you entered into a contract with him. It's like he's the judge. You got a lawyer, you're a lawyer, you put this contract together, boom, sign, it's on the dotted line. You get what I'm saying? Now, also in like legal terms, depending on the state you in, like you can go to Pennsylvania and common law, she can get half. But in New York, the wife gets half.
So
common law gets nothing.
Marry me here.
Okay? So you could have gave a man 35 years of your life, gave him 23 kids, and guess what? When he died, if he was married to somebody and never got divorced, that heifer he hated is getting everything.
Everything. And she ain't sharing either.
So you can't come to the funeral.
Nah,
and she is gonna come to the funeral dressed in red like
like the
dancing on his grave. Dancing on his grave.
With all his money. But no.
Or your money. You said his money?
Right.
Or your money. Because you work for that. You know what I'm saying?
That spiritual connection is everything.
Exactly.
But what if your mate isn't spiritual, your husband or your mate or whoever? What would y'all do then?
Well, those
ones believe in the universe and stuff. They still have a spiritual connection.
Some people don't believe in anything. Whatever they believe in is whatever works for them and their benefits in their life. Like at the end of the day, you still want to have that solid connection. I'm pretty sure you don't want their kids to be named Jonathan last, and then your name is Malcolm. You want everything to be on the same.
What about people that's entering a relationship with the kids? Because my kids have two different last names, and I have a last name, and then the third person, whoever I marry, my kids won't have their last. I don't even think your last name matters. Who gives a fuck? Yeah, it's still.
Celebrities don't change their last name.
Yeah, you guys.
And I'm not changed. I wouldn't change my kids' last name to each his own. It's not person I'm married to.
It's to each his own, because you and
Beyonce got Carter, and doesn't Jay-Z have Knowles too on his?
No,
like that nigga took a bitch last name.
He took her last name.
I don't.
No, he didn't.
He took her last name.
He did.
Yeah.
I don't know what they.
Jigga, I'm very disappointed in you. Okay,
yo,
Sean.
But you got incidents like that where, the husband wants to adopt the new kids so they all could be on it. So everybody's family could be different. You know what I mean? And it's what works for your family. I'm not saying, if you don't get married, because some people don't never want to get married. And that's why I said it's no time limit if you're in a relationship. If that's what you want for your family and your lifestyle, kudos to you. And you're not wrong for it. You're not right for it, and vice versa. Like if I'm married, I'm not wrong for it, or I'm not right. That's what works for me. You know, I believe
you are wrong for certain things. Every relationship, friendships, even family, everything has an expiration. When things get toxic, that's when you find out it's an expiration. Whether you're married, you're engaged, your situationships, you're whatever. Once it becomes toxic to both of you, that's when it's an expiration on it. Other than that,
what was that thing that August Alsina was in?
He was in a
entanglement.
Entanglement. Like he had braids wrapped too tight. Nobody got time for that. It wasn't an entanglement. It was a whole affair. Jada, stop the bull. You slept with that little boy.
So wait. So let's go around the board and let everybody speak their piece before we wrap this up. So, Smooth, time limit or no time limit?
Time limit.
Ozzy.
Time limit on it.
Time limit.
Booty.
No time limit on relationship, but there's a time limit on engagement.
That's a relationship.
Time is of the essence for me. So let's do however we just break that time up or schedule our meetings according to that time frame, then that's what we do. Adi, thank you so much for joining us today. I'm very honored to have had you, and I'm so grateful. Thank you so much.
We appreciate your opinion, yo. For real.
I am definitely coming back to mess with you girls, and it better be a fun topic, okay?
It definitely will be. This has been another episode of Loquacious, and we will see you next time. Thank you guys.